So, I had a thought today, and actually, I was recording the podcast with Rex and Tristan. You've seen them on the channel. We do a podcast, Anime Unraveled Pod, and the question came up, do you think physical manga will be around in 20 years? And that's kind of what got me thinking. And whether it be a deluxe edition or like the 2-in-1s of Full Metal Alchemist, and honestly just a regular volume of manga. That transit, did you see that? Did you see me pick up all the... Man, proud of myself. That really worked out. You could not tell at all me fumbling around down here. But while I absolutely love physical media, I don't think there's any way you can kind of deny the fact that besides collecting niches, technology is going digital. Whether it be TVs, cell phones, iPads, most everything is going subscription based, or if it's cheaper to give it digitally because there's not, so much overhead of printing on paper. It's an interesting thought, right? Like, just, will it one day go away? And what does that mean to the market, like the collecting market? Do prices skyrocket? Because if any of you guys remember 2-3 years ago, boy, whoa, those eBay prices and things like that for out of print series that actually ended up getting reprints. Man, prices were high. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people were getting their money on the internet, and that's something I thought about. Does that make you want to collect more, right? Because kind of to me, it's like, oh, maybe I do really want to hang on to these things, because will it ever actually just not exist? Because let's be honest, there's nothing like going over to a shelf, just randomly being like, you know what? I want to read this manga, picking up, flipping through the pages, and reading it. Yes, I just literally did a video talking about like something I read on the Shonen Jump app. So yeah, I use digital stuff, but still, that feeling of reading this book, physically picking this up. Hey, man, oh man, these pages, this art looks amazing. Will digital ever get to a place where you feel like you actually own something digitally? I don't think so. And while I love my collection, and you guys know that I love my collection, trust me, I started a manga YouTube channel and have done over 200 videos. So if I didn't love it, boy, it'd be weird. There's a part of me that has to say, I don't think it's going to be around in 20 years. Because while there might be deluxe editions and limited editions of things, do I really think they're going to be printing, volume 20 of a series? I don't know. I hope so. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope they are. And, this might just be like old man technology, scared of technology. Because the scary thing, I think, about it going digital, and we have seen it with streaming services that have taken movies off, it's up to their discretion to delete a series, to be like, oh, this series is absolutely on our app for like 6 months, like we have a year contract for this manga, and the year's up, it's gone. And I think that goes into a bigger question. Do you ever really own something that you own digitally? Do you really own it? And I don't know, I'm not smart enough to really make that call. I think if I was, the manga hauls that we would have with the money that we would make, boy. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, that's a huge thing, and I think that's a thing that we're going to be learning and experiencing in real time right now. Where does digital ownership lead? And I think that's why, at least, I think the people that I talk to, and probably the people that watch these videos, that's why they're so big into physical. Because I can physically touch this. I can, while I might not have physically read it, it's Parasite. I probably need to read that series. I physically have it, unless someone breaks into my home. I got it. We're just going to leave that right there. Boom. Nice backdrop. But when you leave the physical space and go into the digital, it's up to the publishers and kind of their discretion if they're actually going to keep a manga series around. And that can get real scary. So while it's hard for me to land on one side of another, I do think that the future looks very digital, and in any type of hobby that you collect something, I think physicality is always going to be in question for the foreseeable future. And I think there will always be a market for people that want to own stuff physically and not digitally. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, to talk with you guys. And what do you feel about it? You know what I mean? Like, I would imagine that 90% is like, I want to physically own stuff that I love. That makes sense. But do you ever see yourself in the future, for space reasons, for easy to move? I can move an iPad like this. It's moved. Moving over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 100 volumes of something kind of get daunting, you know? And so do you ever see a future of yourself of, I'm just going to read digitally? You know, I can zoom in on the panels. Like, those apps are so good. Well, some of the apps are so good. Other apps, I'm not going to say names, but you know, you guys know. But overall, the digital landscape of manga is not bad. So do you think one day everyone's just going to read manga digitally? Ease of use, high quality images, and the actual printing, them physically printing issues, are going to be more of a rarity than the norm. I don't know. This is a very dystopian video, isn't it? I don't mean it for, we're lighthearted over here, but boy, look at this manga. Hey, you know, hey, oh my goodness, I love it. Yeah, lighten up the video, man. Woo, got depressing. But I don't know. I think it's such an interesting topic, and I would love to talk to you down in the comments down below. And as always, I appreciate you guys that made it to the end of the video. It means the world to me. I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, I hope it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.